Hello students, and welcome to week 5 of our BUS490 Capstone course. You're doing a good job of posting. I appreciate that, and be mindful of word count, of course. But I think you are really getting into the meat of this course, which is to equip you as not only human resource managers, but just managers who are engaged in the mission and the goals of your businesses, especially if those of you who are for those of you who are starting your own businesses. This is good training for you to understand what the human resource capacity is and what their goals are in conjunction with the corporation's mission. So I'm glad you're taking this seriously and you're really engaging and combining those great truths from the scriptures. Who knew that the Lord was such a good businessman? But it's exciting to see that God's got his focus and his finger in every part of our business lives as well as our personal lives. So this week we're talking about training and development, which is also called learning and development in the corporate world. And several of the learning outcomes, I highlighted them this week because I think this really gives a focus on our development and on your studies this week. So what relevance does training and development, sometimes called T&D in the corporate business speak, what relevance does that have to the practice of human resource management and basically to the corporation also? Would the information impact the strategic operations? And the learning outcome says of a human resource department, but it's the strategic operations of the whole organization, especially if it's a larger organization. I worked for 3M for a time, and in their human resource department, and they have a very well developed training and development program in that organization in Minnesota. We actually trained all of the upper management when I was there, took them off site and for a weekend, believe it or not, and did some training with them. We took them in 3 different segments, I believe, because there were so many of them. And these were men and women who had international experience, and yet training was still a focus for that large organization and has proven to be beneficial to the organization itself. Some of the other things for your learning outcomes are professional and ethical considerations, of course. What is the right thing to do and what is the ethical and moral thing to do as far as training? How do we train them? What does that mean? What are the topics about which we focus and train our employees? And then, of course, the components necessary to planning and developing a training program, a successful training program. So I placed 2 documents into the week 5 module. One is Transform Corporate Learning and Development with these 4 steps. Of course, they break them down into 4 easy steps, but I thought it would help give an outline to to your study. Then also crowdsource your employees before investing in learning and development. This document will expand your thinking just a little bit, I believe, from the perspective of a human resource manager as they try to balance the finances of supporting and providing a training program. It's not always inexpensive, and so it's a consideration that all of management should participate in. Discussion question 1, share your current process of plan of what you do to ensure you're listening to the Lord. This seems like an unusual question in a training and development focused module, but I really love this question. I have to be honest, it wasn't my original question, of course, but how do we let the Lord guide us even in our business lives? It's so important. He is omniscient and knows the future, even all of the future, knows what should happen, knows what could happen, and where he's guiding us. And that's why I really love that that question, and I hope it will impact you not only in this course but in future endeavors. And it's the question that keeps rumbling around in my head as I look at this. So then question 2, of course, describe the compensation and benefits. It seems again like an unusual plug-in because we've already dealt with compensation and benefits. But training and development has proven to be one of the things that employees look at when they consider an organization to join. It is one of the benefits of belonging to a larger organization. Smaller organizations often don't have the resources or the time to spend training their employees on interacting with other employees, some of those softer skills that are very important in a successful organization. Then the assignment, of course, is the development of a training intervention or training course or courses designed to address a problem identified through the needs assessment process. For that, you might want to, before you post or as you are researching for your post, you might want to take a look at the needs assessment process information. I didn't post any on there this week, and I'm not suggesting an in-depth research paper at all. However, understanding the needs assessment process, how do you assess the needs of your employees? How do you make sure that you're providing the training they need and want? In this day and age, with our employees having work-life balance as a definitive focus in their lives, it's important for us to use their time wisely and for them to know that we are doing that. So that needs assessment is going to help focus your training program on the actual needs of both the corporation in accomplishing their goals and mission and on the employees as they participate in that. It also will help your employees see that you are focused on helping them balance their work and home life, because some of these training programs have a very broad application for employees. So when they see that benefit for their personal lives, a lot of times that's the corporation they want to join. So, and studies have proven, remember that, and you might not know this, so you might not remember it, but studies have proven that employee productivity and satisfaction with their work environment is directly tied into even a moderate amount of attention from upper management. So even if you can't launch and develop a full training program for your employees, even a small amount of attention and training tells the employee that management is focused on them and appreciates them. Those are some considerations as you develop your posts. Again, you're doing a great job, and I'm praying for you throughout the week as you focus on this. Another few weeks and we will be done, and it will. I hope this material will impact you in your corporate lives, but also as you evaluate for yourself as employees what your corporation is providing for you. So God bless you. Let me know if I can pray in any specific way for you, and email me with any questions. All right. Thanks so much. See you next week.